morning, everyone. Welcome to the graduation of the John F. Kennedy Memorial High School Class of 2022. Please stand for the singing of the Star Spangled Banner by the members of the concert choir and signing by the senior members of our very own ASL class.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wriggling, the buds bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2022, Ishan Ankulkar.
Good morning, Mr. Della Pietro, Dr. Perry, Dr. Lott, Mr. Carrasio, Mr. Posterino, esteemed faculty and administration, parents, guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2022. A couple shout outs first. Shout out to all the people that have been influential in my life. My teachers, my brother and mom and dad, who have supported me in every aspect of my life. And also all my friends that didn't try to tickle me every 5 minutes in accounting class. I'm looking at you, Tanish. Shout out to the everyday stuff that made me who I am, like Spotify and Netflix and coffee. Shout out to Mr. McGroarty, whose most important contribution as maths department head was giving away free green bagels and being the inspiration for Ho Nantesh, except I'll never be able to say it as good as Gurjat. And last but not least, shout out to my beautiful ceiling fan and sufficiently sized forehead. Those bad boys took care of all the time on camera during online school. We initially walked into JFK High School during 9th grade, which according to colleges is the year you were born because nothing that you do before actually matters. As freshmen, we did not know about the abundance of diverse memories, bizarre experiences, and everlasting laughs that we would have during our high school journey. We didn't know it would be possible for 5 people to randomly start clapping just for the whole cafeteria to rumble in applause for no reason whatsoever. We did not know that our phone data would mysteriously get slower when we arrived at school in the morning, or how fun it would be to trick the next block into thinking there was a pop quiz and to enjoy the looks of agony on their faces. We didn't know that some of us would have to carry around stuffed sock babies as part of our grade in psychology class, or that the first item on Friday's lunch menu would be the conspicuously named Big Daddy's Pizza. We didn't know we would have so much fun during our senior year, from beginning of the school year shenanigans like having people totally confused, wondering who on earth put googly eyes on them, to big stuff like homecoming, Mr. JFK, and prom, to events we set up ourselves like Senior Soak. Congrats to Ryan, Kat, and Marissa for winning that, by the way. Yeah. I mean, take a look at who we are today. We are the 54th class to graduate from JFK, and we will be remembered as a class that experienced and dealt with everything thrown at them. The pandemic found a way to sandwich itself in the middle of our high school years, teaching us to adapt to new changes and making us appreciate how precious these human bonds really are. The class of 2022 has experienced 1 pandemic, 2 many exams, 3 amazing principals, of which in our presence are our principal, Dr. Perry, and our ex-principal, Mr. Posterino, once known as Papa P. And we experienced 4 years of hard work, raw passion, and a positive attitude to conquer any obstacles that were thrown at us. My message to all of you is to treat every success as a blessing and to treat every obstacle as a blessing in disguise, because conquering that obstacle is only going to produce future success. I actually kind of found that one online, but it's not plagiarism because I changed some of the words. I think that high school also served as a humbling experience for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still slapping valedictorian onto every single resume for the rest of my life. But what high school did teach me is that there is still so much for me to improve on, so much for me to do. Because my memory will never be as strong as that of the lunch ladies who, from hundreds of students, were able to recall faces instantly whenever we tried to get a second slice of pizza for free. Because I know that my walking pace will never surpass of that of Mrs. Leonardo. Because I'll never be as cool as Dr. Lott or as good at history dates as Mr. Hill, or as confident as Mr. Viteri when he puts in a $200 bid in an online reptile auction to try to buy his 15th snake. I'd like to end by recalling a teaching from my Hindu culture, which is that God's divine energy exists within every soul, meaning that every person has the same potential of achieving their ultimate goal. I sincerely believe that each and every one of you has a spark within them, that we are all individuals with different yet fascinating paths for realizing ourselves. With that being said, to all students that are about to complete high school with a smile on their face, and of course to all students who took AP Physics, I wish that everyone not only realizes but uses the specific, unique quality about them in service of others, and in that journey grows stronger, happier, and more successful. Thank you, and once again, a big congrats to the class of 2022.
Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the Salutatorian for the class of 2022, Haley Pinkowitz.
Good morning, Dr. Perry, Dr. Lott, Mr. Carrasio, Mr. Posterino, Mr. Della Pietro, faculty, parents, guests, and the graduating class of 2022. In fall 2018, most of you likely imagined this momentous day, but none of you imagined the path we would take in order to get here. When I started writing this speech, I contemplated whether I should discuss the pandemic, as I didn't want to bring such a negative life event into what is one of the most positive days for all of us. Instead, I realized that the pandemic did have some hidden positives with all the many life lessons it has taught us. In March of 2020, when school transitioned to online, every person at JFK and beyond learned about being flexible. Each of us had to individually learn how to adapt to the new environment for both school and life in general. For many of us, it was likely one of the biggest life changes we had ever experienced. But every single one of you sitting here adapted and succeeded. All of us learned how to be flexible and how to navigate a new and confusing world. And that flexibility will come in handy as we deal with life's unknowns. Along with flexibility, we all learned communication in a way we had never experienced before, constantly talking through a screen. Of course, technology was already an integral aspect of our lives, but the type of communication skills we learned from entering breakout rooms with everyone having their cameras off and being muted is only something that a pandemic could bring about. It made us push past the awkward silence in order to accomplish the task at hand. And although in the moment it may have made us cringe, it taught all of us how to communicate in an uncomfortable situation. No matter what lies ahead for each of us, it is inevitable that we will have to communicate with someone while in a situation that pushes us outside our comfort zone. But again, all of you here have accomplished that. We also learned patience. Patience with ourselves and patience with others. When such an unexpected situation hits, as occurred during our sophomore year, having patience is the key to success. No one could have predicted that a pandemic would have occurred, but by being patient with each other and understanding that online school was not the same as sitting in a classroom in person, we were all able to work together in order to keep as much normalcy and calmness as possible despite the situation we were enduring. As individuals, as a school, as a country, and as a world, we all found the way to be more patient with each other as we navigated the unknown. Possessing such a skill will be an asset as we move beyond high school, as we won't always know what lies ahead. But by being patient with ourselves and others, we can all persist through whatever life puts in front of us. But our high school experience wasn't just defined by a pandemic. Throughout our 4 years, we maintained our connections with our friends and classmates, and during our senior year, we were finally able to enjoy having concerts and performances in person again, normal football games, Mr. JFK, prom, and many other events in between. Our journey through high school isn't like any other class before us, but that's what makes us who we are as the JFK MHS class of 2022. As a class, we've accomplished so much, and each and every one of you should be proud of your personal accomplishments that have brought you to today. Before I close, I would like to thank my mom, dad, and sister Lisa for all they have done for me leading up to today. Your support means so much to me, and I'm glad that I always have you all by my side. I would also like to thank all of my teachers that helped me get to this moment. To all of the graduating seniors, as we've seen, life will throw obstacles in front of you, but be flexible, be patient, communicate well, and you can rebound from anything. It's not about the setbacks that you incur, but how you react to the setbacks that show your character. As you leave JFK and follow your own paths, I would like to leave you with a quote by actress Mindy Kaling. Understand that one day you will have the power to make a difference, so use it well. Good luck to all of you, and congratulations, class of 2022!
How tall are you? How tall are you? All right, 6 foot. Where's the paper? All right, now it is my honor to introduce the best principal, standing at 6'2", benching 280, Dr. Perry!
6'2", huh? Generous. benching 282. Way to make my day. Thank you, Tadish. Great job, Ishan and Haley. Good morning, everyone. What a glorious day for graduation, right? What that guy said. Mr. Posterino, Mr. Della Pietro, guardians, family, and friends, faculty and staff in the class of 2022. Today's an exciting day as we celebrate some really incredible young men and women. But before we turn our attention to our well-deserving seniors, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge / embarrass our very own Misty Leonardo. If you do not know, for those of you who do not know, Misty Leonardo is one of our senior class advisors. She happens to be retiring today after 41 years. Misty Leonardo is the physical embodiment of everything that's great about John F. Kennedy Memorial High School. She possesses an energy and spirit that are awe-inspiring. And while many folks slow down as they near retirement, Ms. D has not skipped a beat. Ms. D, you are so appreciated and you will be so sorely missed. Seniors, show some love to Ms. D. Thank you. And now to the class of 2022. So on my first day here, I was being walked around by Mr. Posterino. This is back in late October. I met a young man in the parking lot, and I immediately knew that I was joining something in some place that was special. This kid was so endearing, so welcoming. That young man would go on to be Mr. JFK, blessing us all with his unforgettable ode to Taylor Swift. Thank you, Tanish, for welcoming me. And while we all can't boast his sweet dance moves, he's not the only impressive member that I've met of the class of 2022. The class of 2022 is full of extraordinary young adults that I have watched be extraordinary all year. Back in December, I met a young man named Ishan who was super excited to share that he had been accepted to Princeton University. Congratulations, buddy. I've met brilliant young minds like Haley Pinkowitz and Jenica Liang, who also happens to be a National Merit Scholarship finalist. I've reconnected with so many of my former FMS students that I wish I could send videos to your middle school teachers to show them just how awesome you actually turn out. I've met young people like Ibi Madassar, who I knew from FMS, Riley McGowan, Hinaz Singh, who are just bursting with personality and a contagious spirit. I've met athletes like Isaiah Cherry, who prove that you can become a Division I athlete in a high school that's better known for its academic competition teams than its athletic competition teams. I've met social justice warriors like Ababa Lord and Jackie Sheeran, who have shown me the power and wisdom possessed by today's young people. I've met seniors like Gurjat Singh and Jude Jacob and Sneha Saravanan, who show that music and art is alive and well at JFK. I've met seniors like Michelle Solano and Heather McKenzie. Seniors who seem to be involved in everything and they spend all their time here. Seniors who've made the most of their high school years. I've met people like Janiyah Davis and Jezebel DeJesus. These are people who never, ever, ever miss an opportunity to say hello and spread some positive vibes in our busy hallways. I met a guy named Justin Suero who ripped the entire leg of his pants at the prom about 10 seconds into the prom and then danced the night away like nothing ever happened. It is that kind of spirit that brings me to this. Over the course of the spring, I've heard a lot of seniors concerned about not being ready for the next step. I've heard seniors talk about anxiety and stress. I've heard seniors tell me they're nervous, they're unsure if they're ready for life after high school. Class of 2022, I am here to tell you today that you are ready. You are all the great people I just mentioned, and you are much, much more. You are battle tested, and you are ready. You went to high school in person, then you went virtual, and then hybrid, and then something called asynchronous remote, and then in person, and then virtual, and back to in person again. You are ready, you are ready, you are ready. I just hope that the world is ready for you, class of 22. because you are ready to leave your mark on this world and you are ready to make it a better place. Congratulations and go Mustangs.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Board of Education Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Paul Posterino.
Remember, I started that nickname.
Thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Dr. Parry. Thank you, parents, and thank you, students. It truly is fantastic to come back and see a group of seniors off into a world. And I can't say it better than Dr. Parry did, so let's have a round of applause for Dr. Parry in his first graduation speech. I'd be remiss to not thank our faculty and staff for your support of our students. I'd also be remiss to not thank our parents and guardians for your support of our students and our faculty and staff. That truly is what makes this school a great place. And most importantly, thank you, graduates, for sharing yourselves and your talents. Thank you. Thank you, graduates, for sharing yourselves and your talents with us. You are and always will be the best part of JFK. Today is about having successfully followed through on your commitments. In no small part, today is the same for me. There are a few seniors here, and you know who you are, who made a promise to me that they would shake my hand at today's ceremony. And I'm here today to both hold them to that and uphold my end of the bargain. To the class of 2022, I offer you this bit of advice. Do the tasks that no one else wants to do. Talk to the people that everyone is afraid to. And most of all, do them with a modicum of humility. Integrity is a quality that is found in so very few, but needed by so very many. One of the truest tests of integrity is its blunt refusal to be compromised. Those words, spoken by Chinua Achebe, were given at a commencement address at my third graduation. So let today be the first, but not the last, of your graduation ceremonies. Congratulations, class of 2022. Enjoy Project Graduation. Be safe this summer, and come back to share your success. Thank you.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce our class president, Tanish Amin.
Four for life. So good morning, Mr. Della Pietro, Ms. Dr. Perry, Dr. Law, Mr. Carrasio, Mr. Posterino, faculty, parents, guests, and of course, the legends in the room, the graduating class of 2022. So my name is Tanish Amin, and I'm honored to be giving the speech today as the class president of the best class in JFK history. Now, before I do begin, I do promise no one will have to Will Smith me by the end of this. So I prepared my first graduation speech on December 27th, 2017 for my 8th grade graduation. And I must say, a lot has changed since then. We went through various obstacles which shall not be named because, just like the rest of you, I'm tired of hearing that word. And my life and our lives have been scary. The best part is, though, the obstacles only get more intense from here. We get to show our grit, our fight, our intensity, and most importantly, our riz. Whether we are heading into armed services, pursuing further education, or moving right into the labor force, we are approaching a time of change in our lives. Now, society tells us, oh my goodness. The wind's picking up. The wind picks up sometimes. Man, my cap just flew by me like these last 4 years. Now, society tells us change is something to fear. News outlets spam us with the hypotheticals of what could go wrong when change occurs. What's going to happen when electric cars takes over? Where's the roosh at? What's going to happen with a new labor movement? What's going to happen when kids express themselves? Ladies and gentlemen, we are taught to assume the worst of the changes associated with change. Man, let me tell you something. Change will no longer be associated with hard endings, but new beginnings with us in charge. I propose that we, as a class, decide to follow Franklin Delano Roosevelt's that the only thing to fear is fear itself. After all, we have faced so many challenges. We are students who are forced to pick up extra responsibilities and forced to be independent. We are students who faced one of, if not the most difficult, college application year of all time. We are students who were traumatized by deaths all over the news. We are students who dealt with it all. No one will ever understand the struggles we went through as a class. We made it out. No one will understand what it was like to keep up a social life when you couldn't see anyone, working a service job when people were more rude than ever, or being forced into online school because of the damn pandemic. The best part about us is we came back without missing a beat. We had amazing school events this year with our class completely engaged. We had a school play that saw the most talented actors, musicians, backstage, and the best sound guy in existence. We had a Mr. JFK that was filled with excited seniors and a really cute one won. We had a homecoming with cheers louder than a Super Bowl. We had the most hyped student body at prom. And we even have the Steve chant. We are the class of 2022, bro. Throughout our years, we have embraced activism to show our adaptation to change. We had the first same-sex paired crowned homecoming queen and escort. We had the first green table talks. And we have numerous students join local organizations such as the Youth Advisory Council, the YAC, if you will, of Congressman Frank Pallone. We even had a student publish their own children's book. Where are you, Stephanie? Woo! We have faced our biases and built our character. No other class can say that but the class of 2022. Now, I can't lie. I credit a lot of our development to the staff at our school. Whether it was online or in person, they always filled our days with life advice. Whether it was Mr. Shrek yelling at me for not taking personal finance for the 80th time in the day, Mr. Cabrera providing me the most random life advice in band, Mr. Viteri giving me lessons on lifting. I bench more than you now, wherever you are. Yeah, I'm still more jacked than him. Miss Smith teaching us how to draw a horse using a really good example of a horse. And Mr. Davis telling us to make good decisions every weekend. There was always a place for life lessons in our classrooms. Our teachers taught us that even at our young age, who we are goes beyond any subject. Now, this is a part I didn't type up. I didn't want anybody to know this, but I'd like to give the biggest shout out to Misty Leonardo once again. This year, to fundraise for our class, when we couldn't do half the stuff we normally do, she and Mr. Bergondo worked their tails off, making sure we had fundraiser, making sure our chocolate was here in time. Miss D played a cowbell every day after school to annoy kids into buying some chocolate. We really appreciate the work you guys did for us, and this graduation ceremony would not be possible without the help of you two. I really appreciate you guys. Now, these teachers that I just mentioned and all the other teachers in the building are why the speech I'm saying today is representing a class full of future leaders. In our graduating class, I can guarantee you we have union leaders, political leaders, educational leaders, academic leaders, and military leaders. If there's one thing I truly believe, it's that the graduates we see here today, all of us, we have an immense amount of potential to create change. I am so grateful to be representing this class today. Once again, thank you all for coming today, and I hope you are able to enjoy the ceremony. And to the graduates, I got one more thing to say. I-22! Wherever we can go. Yeah, everything's going now. Thank you.
Yellow one.
There it is. Yeah, we're done with it.
It is my honor to introduce the academic top 20 seniors of the class of 2022. In alphabetical order, as your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all 20 are announced. Tanish Amin. Ishan Ankulkar. Krish Desai. Moho Goswami. Eric Huang. Jenica Liang. Priyanshi Luhar. Rashi Maheshwari. Karthik Manyan. Oh, Anantesh Mohapatra. Cleon Monis. Anusha Nayak. Sheena Patel. Durva Patel. Haley Pinkowitz. Asta Shah. Sahir Tariq. Sia Vyas. Shreya Vyas. And last but not least, Nikhil Yadula.
Oh my glasses back.
Please be seated.
It is now my honor to announce the top 10 seniors for community service. In alphabetical order, as your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all 10 are announced. Okay, in alphabetical order, Murali Krishna Gudimela, Jenica Liang, Riley McGowan, Harshita Pachagola, Dia Patel, Jay Prakash Patel, Sheena Patel, Vikash Patel, and Neha Viju. And the senior with the most community service hours, with 788 hours through the past 4 years, Alec Raj. Please be seated. Next up, it's now my honor to introduce the members of the class of 2022 that are entering the military. As your name is called, please remain standing until all are announced. Crispel Dominguez. Jamoy Isaac. Shiv Patel. And Mohammed Zahir. You may now be seated. Here. We would also like to recognize all veterans, current servicemen and women, and frontline responders in attendance this afternoon. Please welcome Board of Education member Frank Della Pietro to certify the class of 2022.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Unfortunately, board member Marie Anderson was feeling under the weather today, and she could not make today's ceremony, so I'll be standing in for her in her absence.
Closer to the mic.
Oh, okay. How's that better? Okay. Unfortunately, board member Marie Anderson was feeling under the weather today, and she could not make today's ceremony. So in her absence, I'll be taking her place. I'd like to state the following. This week, it is with great honor and pleasure that I hereby certify that the John F. Kennedy Memorial High School class of 2022 has met all the educational requirements of the New Jersey Department of Education and the Woodbridge Township School District. Congratulations, graduates. You're definitely ready.
Receiving the first diploma for class of 2022, Class President Tanisha Min. Followed by Ishana Kuka. Haley Pinkowitz.
Third time now. Katrina San Pedro. Sneha Saravanan. Raven Diaz. Arya Shah. Jason Achavarya. Rashi Maheshwari. Tanisha Gaddavi. Janice Henriquez. Jude Jacob. Gina Patel. Pareen Fatima. Ashita Patel. Himit Shah. Bettina Kingsley. Neha Sharma. Chelsea Elagan. Krish Desai. Matri Pupata. Yumna Khan. Michelle Tatiana Solano. Shah. Akshara Ramesh. Seher Tariq. Abigail Matthews. Ibrahim Madasseh. Nina Ramirez. Anusha Nayak. Riley Francis McGowan. Karthik Munyan. Janki Patel. Savannah Risby. Jenica Liang. Alexander James Caceres. Brianna Marie Abreu. Sean Huey Melito. Denisa Fayano. Anoshe Adan. Vikas Patel. Vinay Patel. Jenna Alarady. Fatima Zanut. Marcus Crespo. Diamond Torres. Shane Cruz. Kenneth Bandera. Devin Stephanie Scalisi. Tyler Ord. Divya Sinha. Raj Patel. Keith Danila. Kayla Zapata. Yusef Gethers. Madison Crystal Blackman. Alexander Rosario IV. Khadija Amani Brown. Ethan Topasio. Henny Patel. Minanda Jayasuriya. Mahi Patel. Luke Tolley. Haley Patel. Kenneth Angel Charco. Sophia Shafano. Kelvin Urena. Divya Narain. Yagna Patel. Pia Parikh. Hector Marine. Fatima Fied. Ismail Razak. Sarah Fang. Gumel Payton. Marissa Lugo. David Clavijo. Joreen Vatican. Nishant Patel. Elvi De La Fuente. Michael Hoffman. Gabriela Erwin Pera. John Carlos Acosta. Jessica Peyton Roll. Afshar Parmar. Cynthia Rizvi. Kirtan Tekrawala. Rebecca Steinberg. Anirudh Emmanuel. Rachel Velasco Rendon. Asif A. Iqbal. Jasmine Desiree Rosario. Adam Khan. Haley Gandhi. Faraji Screvin. Melanie Rios. Jeremiah Tavaya Morgan. Anastasia Melanie Yee. Akil Nadarajan. Asta Shah. Steve Nyanga. Santi Gadiaki. Leon Leno Moniz. Serena Reyes. James McGarry. Samantha Estrella. Milan Laxstrom. Drew Oza. Hersan Puvarajan. Mia Henry. Rasna Pandit. Nikit Misala. Kunal Vij. Gena Al Ghul. Carlos Ayala Jr. Sophia Hindi. Christina Mary Burrows. Syed Zaim Ali. Micaela Rios. Andre Cepeda. Melissa Aligan. Daniel Don Burgoyne Jr. Amal Ahmed. Vinit Vivekanand Shenoy. Anush Patel. Serena Khan.
Brandy Singh. Sophia Tiger. Devin Brennan. Kaylin Oliston. Aiden Stewart. Beatrice Thomas. Mohammed Saad. Madeleine Maria Cruz Moreno. Lucia Yannick. Jamoy Isaac. Nicholas Delasalo. Janice Rojas Lahara. Jake G. Mihato. Haley Gardner. Noor Sanju. Anisha Sachdeva. Arush Sana. Victoria Lily Vendro. Sebastian Gonzalez. Lisette Sessom. Nikita Juden. Janaya Olivia Davis. Yash P. Patel. Jinal Pragnesh Patel. Jagjot Singh. Gabriela Pena. Ron Patel. Kyle Roman. Diego Olmos. AJ Rembrandt. Aryan Patel. Cameron D'Souza. Angel Furman. Christopher Cespedes. Jonathan Terrell Reed. Amanda Hope Brown. Krunal Patel. Isaiah Cherry. Axel Pimentel Castillo. Walid Wahid. Gabriel Ramos. Rana Maynard.
Darshini Boma. Kush Patel. Prithvi Shah. Sia Vyas. Shreya Vyas. Alan Raj. Isabella T. Perez. Dia R. Patel. Catherine Page. Jayprakash Patel. Asha Patel. Christina Suzanne. Azidi Parekh. Sean Louis Melito. Maz Mansouri. Dakota Kaznowski. Drew Patel. William Edward Joseph Patterson. Denali Fontaine. Isaiah Matias. Aruj Ali. Alan Luna Mosso. Yashvi Patel. Brian Dancy. Brianne Belgade. Archie Katia. Dakota Platt. Sydney Ray Jenkins. Ryan Rivera. Cristal Dominguez. Anthony Rowe. Tyra Christian Nicholas Cadena Lerera. Brenda Shaw. Celine Molina. Malcolm Raza Ahmed Sheikh. Anyeli Ruiz Holwood. Leah Martinez. Marco George Milano. Nancy Sheshkumar Agnew. Joshua Torres. Zisa Chowdhury. Natalia Harvey. Christopher Noah Bishop. Brian Chandler. Alyssa Austria. Abigail Rose Powell. Tyler Yoder. Charlie Day. Raj Deckler. Miles Parrish. Niti Patel. Jenny Sylvia Sater. Alex Rodriguez. Samir Mohammed Nayez. Susanna Antoinette. Nicole Henriquez. Ethan Lopez. Kayasi Patel. Calvin Claiborne. Isaiah Garcia. Olivia Rose Porter. Sanjeev Manko.
Thank you, Internet!
Monica Singh. Jeremy Guerrero. Joshua Gonzalez. Sachita Bandari. Karina Kumari. Siddharth Kumar Singh. Sherman Marte. Krishna Gudamela. Mir Patel.
Emily Galliano. Minaya Aristil. Matea Marbles. Durva Patel. William Gosai. Bhavna Sahai. Braz Naked. Charlene Nicole Matos. Mohammed Zahir. Ashley Desiree Potter Quijano. Robert Ryan Baylog. Ricardo Bazan. Mithra Moret. Tiffany Damien. Benjamin Muller. Isha Bremen. Kurt Kumar Patel. Krish Patel. Aisha Siddiqa. Dontavis Omar Booth. Ariana Ortiz. John DeBenedictis III. Neha Mariam Viju. Ravneet Singh. Nadine Talisa Rodriguez. Stephanie Tejada. Andrew Hunt. Karime Covena. Melanie Daniela Gomez. Justin Zaneswero. Salutatorian Aking Ulabu. Abigail Reese Vendrell. Amanda Navarro. Tyshawn Triber. Trevor Johnson. Kush Patel. Anushree Mantora. Kayla Slaughter. Dilpreet Kaur. Baljinder Singh. Sanjin Yu. Kripa Patel. Dhruv Samir Rawat. Rajveer Singh. Shamam Ford. Jamel Limo Perion. Ryan Alexander Martin. Kirat Mom. 2022 graduates.
Members of the class of 2022, please stand and join the concert choir for the alma mater.